What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. We have the weekly rotation series here. I'm going to talk about which fragrances I wore last week and I get your insights as well. Which fragrances did you get the chance to wear? So I traveled to Vegas for this last week. It was on Tuesday and I came home Friday night. It was basically Saturday. It was like a kind of a red-eye flight. I'm still recovering from it. I got home Saturday morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was not a fun time, and I slept in till like noon or so because Vegas kicked my butt. It was a fun time. I had a good time. We went to the licensing expo out there, which people who are interested in licensing things from companies, like if you wanted to license a product for like a bigger company and get the rights to use that, that's where you would go to like network, talk with the companies and get that kind of thing. So did that, hung out with some friends. We went to a Michelin star restaurant, which I got a little sick at, which was a kind of a disappointing fact. That was the first Michelin restaurant I've ever been to, and it was so like insanely high class. I should not have been there. But first, I want to know in the comments down below, what did you guys get to wear? It's always good hearing about what you guys are wearing because it inspires me to pick up those fragrances so I get to smell like you. That's a little creepy. All right, on Monday, I was not traveling. I was doing a lot of content for Paragon Fragrance, and I made a Mancera ranking video, and I forgot to, shame on me, I forgot to add lemon line here. This is, I think I forgot it because the bottle size, it's the smaller 60 ml size, so it gets pushed away and it doesn't look like a Mancera like my other ones. I have all of the bigger bottle of Manceras, and this one was aside. Anyway, I apologize to it because I wore it. So what you're gonna find with this one, if anybody's interested, is like it's a lemon tart sweet. It's a little bathroom cleaner. It could come across to some people like a lemon pledge, lemon cleaner. So just be mindful of that. But I feel that it falls into this musky, citrusy combo that's just built for the springtime. If you love lemon, give it a shot. This is a lemon dominant fragrance that's just super potent, lovely stuff here. Whenever I'm feeling like lemon, I actually wear it a lot. It's my lemon fragrance. It smells great in the air, lemon fresh, clean musky. It didn't really last a whole lot long on Monday, but I wasn't really doing much, so I was doing a lot of content stuff, so I really didn't need it to perform. But it smelled fantastic, and if I had to put it into my ranking video, I don't think it would be top 5. I think it would be past top 5, probably a 6 or a 7. I like it, but it's not as good as the other ones. So if you were interested where I would put it in my ranking right now, currently with my Manceras, I would probably say it's like a 6 or a 7. That's kind of where I would put it. All right, then on Tuesday I was traveling to Vegas. So in the morning time when I was traveling, I only wear like 2 sprays or so of Sospiro Vibrato. But once I land and I get into the airport, went into the bathroom, sprayed on a couple more sprays. I think it was like 6 or 7 sprays. I like to travel light, and then when I land, spray on some so I can really enjoy the fragrance. Just so I don't piss anybody off. I don't want to be that jerk that's sitting next to somebody who has a allergenic to fragrances and it's just like kicking their ass the whole trip. It's a little obnoxious. Yeah, this is just a fresh and clean, musky, beautiful ginger note in here. Fresh bergamot, lovely stuff. Really it's become one of my favorite fragrances, really, truly. If you have not tried it and you're on a bit of a budget, I would say Terre Blue. I kind of cycle between Terre Blue and this one. They're both excellent. I feel like this one is just a little bit more balanced if you care about that at all, but if you want just the same scent, just go with Terre Blue. It is really nice, gets you in the same ballpark, and it's just like a perfect scent. I love this DNA. It really is fantastic. Eventually, I'm gonna pick up Bulgari's Tigar. The DNA is just one of my favorites right now, and I think I just want to get that one in my collection. All right, on Wednesday, I wore a ton of fragrances. We went to Neiman's, and we actually got to interact with some really great guys. They were sales reps or vendors. I forget what exactly they were. Brian and Ray from Neiman's in Las Vegas. Great guys. We sat there and talked with them for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, but they were the reps for, I think, a bunch of different companies. But I got to try a whole bunch of fragrances, and the one that I really was wearing a lot, and two really stood out to me that I really want to pick up in the coming future. But the first one was Lyric Man from Amouage. It is a rose kind of fragrance. It's a rose-based fragrance. It's got some woodiness in there too. I've wanted to pick up Lyric Man for a very long time, and I've never smelled it. And when I smelled it, I was just like completely taken back. It was one of the fragrances that I was smelling it, and I was like, I love the rose quality in there. It doesn't come across too like floral feminine, much more unisex into the masculine kind of realm. But it's a rose-based fragrance. A lot of people get turned off by that, and that's why I didn't want to blind buy it, because of that rose. But the rose in there is just fantastic, and it really has a nice spice to it, which is really lovely. The other one was the new Roja Dove Apex Intense. It's like a fresh Sprite version of the Apex line. So it's got that Apex kind of DNA, but it's got this like sweet kind of style of citrus greenery going on in there. It's got nice muskiness and woods too. It's so good. It can be labeled a bit generic, and so that would be my only really turn off from it. It would be like it would just be a spring summer scent, maybe a little bit in the fall, but it's so versatile that I could honestly wear it anywhere I go and just like smell amazing. They also mentioned that they were coming out with a new Roja Iso Verde, I think. I could be mispronouncing that. I think that's what it was. But that one was really good as well, fresh and clean. It's such a great addition to the line. And then there was another Roja that I smelled. It was Evening in Paris, or A Walk in Paris, something like that. I'll throw it up on screen here and the official name. But this one was so interesting. The inspired by thing about it is they want it to smell like a crepe. Like you're walking through France and it smells like a crepe. It's mainly a gourmand. And it was so interesting. It would never be something I would wear personally. Like, it is so gourmand heavy and it's like got this butter note in there, which it's just so, this is gonna sound weird, but greasy, creamy, vanilla. It smells like a crepe. And it's so weird and fascinating. I also did get to try the new Mancera that just came out. I'll put it up on screen here. I forget what the name is called. But it is kind of like a spicier version of French Riviera. And I really actually want to pick up a bottle of it, because it is exactly that. If you took Mancera's French Riviera and put some cardamom spiciness and some masculine vibes to that DNA, that's what you get there. And it's so fantastic. It still has the white floral, it still has the freshness. I don't think it has the aquaticness. The aquaticness is there, but not the sea salty kind of stuff. Really excellent, really well done. I was really kind of blown away with that one. And then I did try Amouage Jubilation, and it's one I want to pick up. I want to pick it up. Eventually, one of these circles around the sun, I want to pick it up. And just a ton more. I tried, Herba Pura for the first time. Yeah, it was really good. Fruity, bit generic, but I thought it was great. Falcon Leather, just a ton. But yeah, it was such a good time. That's when we really walked around and smelled a bunch of fragrances. Then on Thursday, I wore Loewe Cobalt. And so this one is kind of a, sage-based fragrance with a nice smoky aspect in here. It's a very blue style, but it's got enough spicy frankincense, incense deepness here, smokiness, that the geranium in here and the nice lavender sage combo really play in super well. It is a bit of a blue fragrance, blue style fragrance. Lovely stuff. We went and walked around. I sprayed on 7 or 8 sprays of it, and I was losing it after noon, so it was a weaker performer, but it was all right. It smelled great. I liked the way it smelled, so I was really actually like, loving the way it was smelling. And then we decided to record like a bit of a podcasty kind of style of, and we did some blind smelling. So if you wanted to go check that out with my friend Landon, the link will be in the description, or it'll be on my channel. We just did a blind ranking video. He smelled a bunch, Dolce & Gabbana, the one, Intense. I brought these ones based off recommendations from you guys. On my last weekly rotation, you gave me some suggestions. So he did not like this one. Go check it out, see his full thoughts. He did like Game of Joy, which is from the House of Distant. This is a really good fruity mango / watermelon, and there's some passion fruit in here as well. Really good option here if you're looking for a tropical fragrance this summer. And then Prada L'Homme Low. Oh, it's so great. Fresh, clean, powdery, citrus combo. I wanted to wear this one on Wednesday, but I didn't wear anything because I was rushed out the door. Landon, if you're watching, you rushed me. I told you I did not want to be rushed. I usually sleep with my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I woke up at like 8 because we stayed out at one of the bars till like 1, 2 or so. So I woke up at 8, Lord have mercy, to a bunch of missed calls. Hey, get ready to meet me at breakfast. At like 7, I was rushed. I didn't spray on any fragrance, but then I sprayed on, as time went on. Anyway, we recorded content, and then we got all dressed up. We went to Joel Robuchon's experience. That was fun. That was a good time. And I wore Dior Homme Parfum, the new 2025. And so I think I wanted to wear it to a nice classy event because I feel like that's what this is. This is a classy fragrance. A lot of people hate the new Dior Homme Parfum 2025. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on it. It's very divisive. Not a lot of people really jive with it, mainly because they butchered our baby. But I think it's great. It does the trick, and it smells so classy, so upscale, high-end, and just lovely stuff. It's just like a warm, nice ambery with this iris character. I feel like there's more warm ambery, vanilla kind of style in here. There's deep woods in here, but the iris is kind of a secondary character, which is a little disappointing, but it is pretty powdery too. It still has that like lipsticky kind of iris. I sprayed on 12 sprays. It was great. Did receive a couple compliments. Also, we went out on Wednesday with one of his friends. He owns a restaurant or something, and he wanted to take us to a few different places in Vegas to get the Vegas experience. We drove in a limo. That was great. Fantastic stuff. Yes, it was all a blur, a big blur. And then on Friday, I got to spend the day in Vegas solo, was doing some other things. I went to, some of the mall stores. I needed to buy a little bag. Actually picked up Valentino Uomo. This is the original one. I'm gonna do a full review on it. Actually really lovely stuff. But walked around, went to some coffee places, got some nachos at a sports bar, talked with some ladies, the classic stuff, single guy stuff. And on Friday, I wore Dolce & Gabbana, the one Intense. When I first unboxed it, I really thought that the Neroli character in here was really good for the springtime, so I really wanted to try it out in the nice high heat, and it worked lovely. Did get a couple compliments at the sports bar. Lovely stuff. A couple of girls commented, and even the waitress did too, which was nice. She probably sees a lot of people come through there, so that's always a bonus. But my friend Landon hated it, so this one is a little divisive. Controversy central here. I like wearing it. A few people really liked the way it smelled. Landon hated it. You never know who likes what. That's why perfume is so cool, because it's so subjective. So crazy subjective. And then I went to the airport. I worked. I was feeling a little under the weather, so I was just like, went to the airport and I was just working, just editing, and I was putting together my, automation stuff for the channel. But anyway, it was a nice trip. I flew in. It was like 4 in the morning, and on Saturday I was just recovering. And on Saturday I wore Aqua Wood by Mancera, fresh and clean. It almost smells like a rose version, a little bit more woody version of French Riviera, like that French Riviera watery, aquatic kind of nature with a rose nuance and some woods. Lovely. It's really good. If you want a little bit more of a masculine version, of French Riviera. I would say that new Mancera, I don't know what the name was, it has the same bottle. I think it's Cherie Flower or whatever. Terre Flower, Terre, I don't know. I forget what the name is. But anyway, this one is really good. Loving it. It was a good day on Saturday, just recovering. And then today, I want to wear Valentino Uomo. I already sprayed it on in the airport, but this one is like a roasted coffee kind of smell with a nice Dior Homme kind of style in here. It's just great. Lovely stuff. Like roasted coffee, nice just cocoa kind of vibe, chocolatey kind of vibe. It is a bit of a gourmand. It's going to be in the fall time mainly. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, you know, when I was in the airport, and I did spray it on my hand, and it really didn't last all that long. So I'm really hoping that I get some good longevity with it today. So I'll let you know. I'm going to be doing a full review on it. I need to pick up the the Valentino Uomo Intense, because I need to round out my collection. Materialism at its finest. Let me know in the comments down below, which fragrances did you get to wear this week? I would love to know. Always great hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching the channel. We'll see you next time.